for you to be alive again. I saw you say and turn away, and you must wait another day outside again. Summer's coming and I'd like a review. Summer's coming and I'd like a review. Summer's coming and I'd like a review.
This is Ziffy from Striperchum.com with another tip on fishing for striped bass. This one is on how to build a scap net for your live herring, the best bait for striped bass. It's been a pretty good winter so far. My Steelers have taken the Super Bowl, and the weather's starting to break. It's not too cold outside. Might be an early season for these striped bass, so we better get going on our gear. I'm going to show you how to make this in just a minute. The items that I use to make this scap net is an eye bolt, 4-inch eye bolt and nut, a hasp, a 3-inch cleanout plug made of PVC, and a pole. This one's from a wheelbarrow, old pole, and I put a U-bolt in there with 2 nuts. And then 2 3/4-inch PVC pipes 10 feet long. And of course the scap net itself. This is a 4x4 scap net. The most important part of a scap net is the net. It's got to be a nice durable net. I use a 4x4 with these loops on the end so that you can loop this onto the PVC pipe. Then you need a pole. I use a 4-foot pole from a wheelbarrow, old wheelbarrow pole. And what I did here, if you can get a close-up of this, is I put a U-bolt through the top of the pole, maybe 1.5 inches down, and put some nuts on the bottom, and you can put silicone on them so they don't back off, or use locking nuts. The next thing I do is take the 3-inch cleanout plug and I drill 1-inch holes opposite each other. You need 4 holes to hold the PVC pipe. Then I drill 1 hole in the top for the eye bolt so that the nut can be screwed from the bottom and the eye bolt sits on the top. This is going to actually hold the net. Okay, the top of this cleanout plug screws off so that you can drill the hole in the top. And then what we do is we place this eye bolt through the top. Make sure that you have the eye part on the top and you just screw it in and adhere the nut from the opposite side. Like so. Then you screw the top back on. Now in another video I did on how to use the scap net to catch live bait, I used a wooden head. But I found that with the wooden head getting wet, dry, it starts to crack and it gets weak. So this PVC pipe is perfect. It doesn't crack and it does exactly what you need it to do. Very lightweight. Then I take each 10-foot, 3/4-inch PVC pipe and cut them exactly in half, like this. So they're 5-foot PVC, 3/4-inch diameter. Now on the other side of this pipe, what I do is I cut a notch in each one of these about a 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch to a 1/2 inch from the end. That's going to hold the loops of the scap net. I do that on all 4 PVC pipes. Now to assemble, you take the PVC and you just lay it on its side, and you have to form a T with the notched ends all sticking toward the outside, like so. And then we place them in, making sure that you're going in about halfway with each PVC pipe. So they fit relatively snug. Now make sure the notched end is facing toward the outside, and then place the loop over the PVC pipe. It should fit relatively snug, and then pull it into that notch so that it holds the net good and tight. Then you loop the other end to the other side. Again, making sure the notch is toward the outside. It'll hold it nice and taut. Now it's a matter of doing exactly the same thing on the other side. From this point you have the option of spray painting the PVC pipe. I usually choose a color that blends in with the environment, like brown or green. Now you adhere the hasp to the U-bolt on the handle, and then we slide it through. You have to kind of wiggle it a little bit to get it in place. And then it's a matter of just hooking that onto your eyeball. Now you have your handle. This head is a very lightweight head. PVC is relatively light as well, so it makes a perfect scap net. Very quick pickup on the herring. Now for easy transport of the scap net, what I do is I take all of the poles and I sit them inside the folded net, and then I wrap the net around nice and tight. Like so. And then I slip these Velcro ties around them good and tight. And it makes a nice, easy, compact way to move this around. Throw it in the back of your truck and you're ready to go. I hope you can use something like this. I use it every year here in the Hudson Valley, catch lots of herring, and they are the best bait for striped bass. But please check your regulations in your local area. For a scap net this size, you have to get a permit in the Hudson River. And this is what it looks like. Got one here for 2009. And they want you to report what you catch and how many you catch each season. There's also a regulation in the state of New York that any live bait harvested has to stay in the same body of water to be fished. It's not allowed to be transported via motor vehicle. So be sure to check your local regulations.
Summer's coming and